Hello and thanks for joining us on SUTV News. I'm Emily Larsen.
And I'm Laquan Chapman.
It won't be long till students of all state universities will feel the impacts of Chancellor Frank Brogan. As his first year as chancellor comes to a close, Brogan has taken on the difficult task of changing the 31-year-old payment system for undergraduate students. Currently, undergraduates pay a flat rate no matter if they are taking 12 credits or 18. Brogan partnered with Millersville University to create a new payment plan that charges undergraduates strictly on a per-hour basis. Already, Millersville has seen a positive reaction with this new payment plan, and it even generated some revenue for the university. There has not been a date announced for when SHIP will switch to this plan. Dr. Lance Sandy Bailey makes history at SHIP by receiving the Fulbright Award in the same academic year as another faculty member. This month, Dr. Sandy Bailey will spend 2 weeks at Avidius University in Romania talking to several classes and working with faculty. As an assistant professor of political science, Sandy Bailey is also the main speaker at the Romanian Association of American Studies. He will discuss immigration patterns and democracy change in the U.S. Dr. Kurt Krause received the award this past spring, but only 14 SHIP faculty members have received Fulbright Awards since 1998.
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. The university's Women's Center will hold a flower planting ceremony next week at Lehman Library to host past and present victims of domestic violence.
Tends to just have it in the tabloids and let go, but here at Shippensburg and a lot of women's centers across the nation really want this to be an issue that we constantly confront because it is a constant issue on campuses.
The Women's Center works year-round to help victims of domestic violence and raise awareness in the community. Women ages 18 to 24 are those most likely to fall victim to domestic violence. For more information, contact the Shippensburg University Women's Center at ship.edu/women's_center. From Ebola in the States to the beast from the deep, John Schaefer is here to catch you up on this week's world news. John?
Thanks, guys. Here's a look at this week's news from across the globe. A 15-ton prehistoric shark was caught recently off the coast of Pakistan. Now, to put that into perspective, that's a little heavier than a school bus. The shark is named Karachi and was thought to have been extinct for more than 20 million years. The parent of the megalodon, this ancient beast is more than 20 feet long and took 20 men to haul to shore. Heavy machinery was used to transport the shark so it could be autopsied. Findings showed the sea creature lived deep in the ocean and was only 2 to 3 years old. The shark is the largest caught in the world to date. Breaking this week, the first case of Ebola in the United States has been found. A Dallas man who flew to Liberia last month caught the deadly virus and then flew back to Texas. It was only recently he began to develop symptoms. That's when doctors diagnosed it as the deadly virus currently plaguing Africa. The man remains critically ill and has been isolated. Those who have been in close contact with him leading up to his sickness are being tracked down so that the virus does not spread. A volcanic eruption in Japan has left 36 people dead. Bodies of hikers who were walking along Mount Ontakai continued to turn up in the aftermath of the eruption. The volcano erupted without warning, raining down ash and smoke on the hikers, presumably suffocating them. The search for those still missing has been suspended because of the dangerous air conditions around the volcano. The Japan Meteorological Agency has warned the citizens of Japan to stay away from the 10,000-foot tall volcano. The agency predicts the volcano will continue to erupt in the coming days. Well, that's it for World News this week. Let's send it back to Emily and Laquan at the desk.
Coming up on SUTV News, the Shippensburg Foundation secured a grant to make some big changes close to home.
And those in the dark can get some help choosing a major. It's coming up next. SHIP's campus is under construction, and the new job will soon be moving earth. SUTV's Amanda Trevel has the dirt on this new project.
Way for a new road. Shippensburg University Foundation received a state grant to complete a connector road. The half-mile connector road will run from the Larsen Performing Arts Center to the Conference Center at Shippensburg University and the Courtyard by Marriott, which is underway. The road will ease traffic congestion and improve access to local businesses. The $600,000 grant was approved by the Commonwealth Financing Authority in mid-September.
Mark saw the need for the safety and the congestion issues that we had here in the district, and he advocated for us in Harrisburg. We also had the help of Senator Rich Alloway, who's the senator whose district we're in, and he's a SHIP grad as well, and so he was supportive of the project as well.
The road will provide traffic lanes and a bike and a pedestrian walkway, new lighting, and new drainage as well.
We don't have a schedule yet, but we're hopeful that it will be finished before next school year.
The Marriott Hotel will be opening in the summer of 2015.
The hotel is being constructed right next to the conference center.
The grant funds 55% of the $1 million project remaining cost. For SUTV News, I'm Amanda Trevel.
John Clinton advises parents to start booking for graduation 2016. On Tuesday, October 7th, Shippensburg University will have a presentation and a panel discussion, followed by a Q&A on the social impact of mental illness. The event is called Minds on Edge, and it's sponsored by the university's multidisciplinary campus collaborative on mental health. The presentation begins at 6 p.m. in Old Main Chapel, and it is free and open to the public. For more information, email Jaylene Galarza at jgalarza@ship.edu.
One of the hardest decisions for college students is declaring a major and minor. For those unsure of what to major or minor in, the Career Center is holding its first annual major and minor fair outside of the library on Thursday, October 9th from 2 to 4:30 p.m. Students will have a chance to talk to professors and enjoy free pizza, games, and prizes while learning about possible career paths. Celebrations are in order for Shippensburg University's chapter of Pi Alpha Alpha. The local chapter of the National Public Administration Honor Society was selected as the best Pi Alpha Alpha chapter in the country. The network of schools of public policy, affairs, and administration will present the chapter with the 2014 Jacqueline F. Lewis Pi Alpha Alpha Award for Chapter Excellence at the luncheon in New Mexico on November the 6th. Don't go away. Still to come on SUTV News, Hunter Wolf has your game day forecast.
And Alexis Hillard is here for your dose of weekly entertainment. We'll be right back.
Great weather this week, but it looks like the weekend is going to be a bit dreary. Tonight will be mostly cloudy with some fog, but it's going to be a little warmer than usual, temperatures staying in the high 50s. As we move into tomorrow, we're going to see some light rain coming in from the west and a high of 72 for the day, so be prepared for a little bit of humidity. It's likely that we will see some rain through the night, and the temperatures are going to drop down to the low 50s. Taking a look at the rest of the week, showers will continue into Saturday, and the high will drop significantly to about 60. Those weekend showers should end by Saturday night. Sunday's forecast calls for clear, sunny skies and a high of 57, so that'll be a great day to get outdoors with the family before winter rolls around. Monday calls for a chance of showers and a high of 65. The rain will subside a bit on Tuesday. If you're coming out to the football game on Saturday, again, be prepared for some light showers, so bring your ponchos and your best Ship pride. That's your weather for the week. Now let's go to Alexis, who has all the news on your fall TV lineup.
Thanks, Hunter. Looks like things are starting to get a little chilly. In gaming news, last Friday, Nintendo launched another installment to the Legend of Zelda franchise. However, longtime fans might have a hard time enjoying the game as it is extremely different from traditional Zelda. Let's go to Nick Hollop to find out more.
Hyrule Warriors excited and terrified me when Nintendo revealed a teaser for it last year. My inner man-child squealed with joy at the sight of one of my favorite characters cutting down hundreds of enemies with his iconic sword and other nostalgic items and weapons from the Zelda universe. But my sensible side felt a sinking feeling in the pit of its stomach. This is exactly the opposite of what Zelda games have been and should be. The Legend of Zelda is a game series famous for its consistent ability to engross the player in its mythical world through exploration, puzzle solving, and swordplay as the protagonist's main way of defending himself. Combat always took a backseat to world building. But Hyrule Warriors is the polar opposite. It's nowhere near Zelda's official canon, it's merely a what-if scenario. Koei Tecmo, the publishers of the hack-and-slash Dynasty Warriors series, asked Nintendo if they could create a Dynasty Warriors game in the setting of the Zelda universe. Nintendo gave the green light and Hyrule Warriors was born. The game takes characters and locations from many Zelda titles and brings them together to slaughter hordes of monsters in the name of maintaining peace in Hyrule. It sounds a bit mindless, but upon closer inspection, it's pretty astonishing how much work and detail went into this. There's a wide variety of playable characters, dozens of combat combos for each character, iconic Zelda items being reimagined to work in real-time combat, 4 different game modes. The background music pieces are all powerful and catchy remixes of Zelda tunes, and the game itself looks beautiful. Even with all that said, I can only recommend this if you're already a fan of The Legend of Zelda and or Dynasty Warriors. And even then, only in small bursts. The game tends to be a bit repetitive. I found myself having the most fun pointing out nostalgic elements from the Zelda series, not from hacking away 10,000 moblins and the occasional boss character. It's a fun distraction and a nice tribute to the Zelda series, but nothing spectacular. I'm Nick Hollum of SCTV News.
Exciting! Looks like the enjoyment is still there. Speaking of excitement, there is a new app trending around campus. It's called the Yik Yak app. Try and say that 3 times fast. Our own Laquan Chapman and Kyle Toomey did a man on the street to see what exactly Yik Yak is. Is it a yak? Whatever it is, it's becoming popular on college campuses. As we reported last week, Fergie released her new single, L.A. Love, on Tuesday. The release came with skepticism and success amongst fans. One fan on Twitter said, 8 years, she comes with this? Another said, I really don't like it at all. I think it's quite boring, and I was expecting her to come a lot harder than this. But the hype wasn't all negative. One music critic said, Fergie thinks she's still living in the early 2000s, and I love it. L.A. Love is certainly taking me back to those years when pop music felt more fun, fresh, and unaffected. The new tune currently has 4.5 stars rating on 5 out of 5 on iTunes. We will keep you posted when that full album will be released. In the meantime, you can listen to L.A. Love on YouTube or download it from iTunes. Saturday Night Live kicked off its 40th season this past weekend, featuring Chris Pratt as the host, along with musical guest Ariana Grande. Daryl Hammond stepped out into the role as the announcer and took over the reign from Don Pardo. SNL airs Saturday nights at 11:30 on NBC. 'Tis the season for television. Many new shows are premiering within the next week. ABC premiered How to Get Away with Murder on September 25th, starring Viola Davis as a law school professor. Students are presented with a murder and asked to get away with it Thursday nights at 10 p.m. Stalkers premiered on CBS yesterday at 10 p.m. This show, featuring Maggie Q and Dylan McDermott, follows an LAPD division which tracks down spies, love-obsessed weirdos, and yes, stalkers. Kate Walsh is NBC's bad judge, a respected criminal court judge with a chaotic personal life. This single-camera comedy premieres tonight at 9. The CW presents The Flash. The Grant Gustin plays Barry Allen, a forensic investigator in Central City who uses his power to help fight crime. The Flash premieres Tuesday, October 7th at 8 p.m. Shippensburg H. Rick Lohr's Performing Arts Center brings nationally known artists, speakers, and performers to the university. Chris Ritter has more.
H. Rick Lohr's was a local businessman who had a vision for a performing arts center, one that could be a bridge between the university and the local community, and he made a sizable donation to make that happen. Dr. Leslie Fulmer Clinton is the director of the Performing Arts Center. She is responsible not only for overseeing the operations and the staffing, but booking the shows for the center each season. SUTV's Matt Truth asked her about that process.
Well, I always say it's sort of like putting a jigsaw puzzle together each season, because Right now, I'm already starting to put offers in for shows for the 2015-2016 season.
It's not just national acts that perform at the Lohr Center. Students and members of the community also appear on stage. Special events can be held at the center, too.
We also have other events in the Lohr Center that go beyond the performances that we bring in. We do the high school graduation here for Shippensburg each season. We do the master's graduations here in December. And in May, we do the band concert in here in the spring, the University Community Orchestra concerts in the fall and the spring.
Dr. Clinton does mention a small perk for university students.
And we do offer a $5 student discount on any seat in the house, so they can sit in the front orchestra or in the upper balcony. They get the same discount. They're not relegated to a certain section of our theater.
For tickets or information, call 717-477-7469 or visit the Lohr Center on the web at lohrcenter.com. If you are looking for something fun to do this weekend, stroll over to the 50th Annual National Apple Harvest Festival. The event is open from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. The event is 25-minute drive away from campus and features over 300 tons of food, vendors, stands, entertainment, and a strolling apple harvest characters, one played by SUTV's own Andrew Robinson. For more information, visit appleharvest.com. That is all we have here for entertainment today. See you next week, and back to you guys at the desk.
It was a busy week for Raider athletics, and Chris Sextine can't wait to tell us all about it after the break.
Sports is next.
The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, remember that? That was everywhere not long ago. Men's soccer completed its challenge and then decided to host fundraiser games this weekend to raise money for the ALS Association. At Friday's 3:30 game and Saturday's 4 o'clock game, the team will collect donations, sell wristbands, and provide info about the disease. After being crushed by California the previous Saturday, the Red Raiders headed to Bloomsburg this past Saturday with high hopes. Lindsay Barna has the highlights. We apologize for those technical difficulties. Unfortunately, that does happen. The Red Raiders will be home this Saturday, hosting the Warriors of East Stroudsburg University. Kickoff is at noon. Women's soccer came into Saturday's game against Clarion looking for their second win of the season. The Raiders, with just 4 goals on the season, were hoping to generate plenty of offense. But would they? Let's check it out.
Ship had scoring opportunities early and often against the Mountaineers, but Mansfield goalkeeper Alana Greenewalt wasn't interested. She comes up big here for one of 7 saves in the game. No score after one half, but in the second half, the Raiders were going strong yet again. Stephanie Allshouse delivers a great ball up to Caitlin Sheehan, and she's on a breakaway to the goal and offsides. But surely Casey Reitmeyer with defenders swarming will find Kat Harner, and she does. But she's offsides. After regulation, Ship cannot find the net. So that once again means overtime, and it's golden goal. Mansfield with the corner just a minute into OT, and it's a golden opportunity. And that's the game as Shippensburg is stunned by Mansfield 1-0.
Ship moves to 1-3-3 after that tie. They face Mercyhurst tomorrow at 1 on their home turf. Volleyball played Millersville on Tuesday, looking for its first win at Higas Fieldhouse. Ryan Cho has the highlights.
The Raiders look to get their first win at home after dropping the last three. Ship was dominant from the beginning, putting Millersville in early pressure with outstanding defense with a combination of Rebecca Pryor and Taylor Godshaw with a total of 5 blocks combined. Millersville came back after trailing the first set 15-9. However, it was the Raiders who ended up winning the first set by a score of 28-26. The Raiders had no trouble with the second set, winning by a score of 25-18. In the final set, it was neck-to-neck, with Ship winning by a score of 25-23 as Shippensburg sweeps Millersville 3-0. Ryan Cho, SUTV Sports.
Ship is now 8-8 and will play tomorrow at home against Kutztown at 7 p.m. And now let's go ahead and take a look at those football highlights just a bit ago.
Shippensburg University on the road at Bloomsburg University. Start with 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Number 18, Michael Lloyd's kick is good for 3. Ship up 3-0. Next Ship drive, quarterback number 17, Chris Loshy, hands the ball off to number 22, Blair Brooks, and he fumbles the ball as he's tackled, and it's recovered by 92, Dylan Stair. To the second quarter, quarterback number 17, Chris Loshy, drops back in the pocket and reaches number 1, Sheldon Mayer, in the end zone. Ship trails 14-10. We go scoreless in the third quarter, 3 minutes to go in the fourth. On fourth down, in the shotgun, quarterback number 17, Chris Loshy, escapes the tackles and takes it 48 yards to the house. Ship trails 28-17. 3 minutes left in the game, quarterback number 17, Chris Loshy, passes the ball 18 yards to number 1, Sheldon Mayer. Mayer a little shooken up on the play, but scores. Ship down 35-23. With just 50 seconds left in the game, number 11, Andrew Smith, he takes it 86 yards for the final touchdown of the game. Bloomsburg would go on to defeat the Red Raiders for the first time since 2011, 38-30. I'm Lindsay Barna, SUTV Sports.
That does it for sports this week, and it will be a full weekend of Raider athletics for sure. Don't forget, you got to tune in to SUTV Sports for our live coverage of Saturday's Red Raider football game versus East Stroudsburg. We'll get underway at 11:55, rain or shine. For now, I'm going to send it back to my friends at the desk, Emily and Laquan. Have at it.
That's it for SUTV News. I'm Laquan Chapman.
And I'm Emily Larsen. Make sure you follow us on social media, like us on Facebook, and check us out on Twitter and Instagram at SUTV News. We'll see you next time.